My husband has been cheating on me. He's been showering his mistress with designer goods, and what's worse, he's been using my credit card to pay for these extravagant purchases. For the sake of our son, I've endured his behavior up until now, but I've reached my breaking point. I can no longer tolerate this. I have to take action, and the person who came to my rescue was the last one I expected. My name is Flora, and I'm 35 years old. I've been married to Adam for 10 years, and our beloved son Dominic turned 8 this year. I'm living my dream as a novelist, a career I've always aspired to pursue. My mystery series has a strong following, allowing me to secure several monthly serials, and my standalone books are also doing well, keeping me busy every day. At the start of our marriage, my husband had a job, but he stopped working as soon as I began earning. For the last 2 or 3 years, he's mostly lounged around the house, occasionally going out to play pachinko. However, today he changed into a suit, which was out of character for him. Something seemed off. Why the suit? I boldly asked him. Adam, it's unusual to see you in a suit. Where are you going? I questioned. My husband seemed startled but quickly composed himself. I'm going to a job interview, he responded. For what position? I asked. Well, it's for a job, obviously. I thought it was time for me to start working again, he replied. Good luck, I said, trying to sound supportive. He left the house, and I genuinely believed he was attending a job interview. I thought maybe he was reconsidering his priorities now that our son is still young and our future needed to be secured. However, he didn't return home until 1 a.m. I was up late working on a deadline, and when he finally stumbled in, he reeked of alcohol and perfume. He passed out on the living room sofa with his smartphone still in his hand. It was unlocked, and out of sheer curiosity, I decided to take a look. What I saw on his phone shocked me. To cut to the chase, my husband was cheating on me, and his affair was with my best friend, Delphine. They had gone to a fancy restaurant with a stunning night view that very day. The realization hit me like a punch to the gut. It was too much to bear. How could Adam cheat on me with Delphine? Didn't Delphine have her own husband? I trusted them both. The unexpected reality brought tears to my eyes. I knew I shouldn't wake my husband, so I held back my sobs. I needed evidence. For now, I sent the proof of the affair to my own phone and decided to think about what to do next. The next morning, I casually asked my husband, who seemed to be behaving as usual, Hey Adam, about yesterday. Yesterday, he responded, seemingly puzzled. You mentioned you had an interview, but you got home pretty late. I was just curious about what happened. My husband looked away, clearly trying to come up with an excuse. Actually, I ran into a friend after the interview and we went out for drinks. A friend? Who? I pressed. Just some guy, Flora. Do I need to explain everything? He replied defensively. You're right, I conceded, knowing he was hiding the fact that he had met with Delphine. His evasiveness only confirmed his infidelity. 1 month after discovering my husband's affair, I was still grappling with the situation. I hadn't confronted him about the cheating yet, knowing it would create a rift in our relationship. If I were on my own, I would have shown him the evidence of his affair and immediately sought a divorce. However, I couldn't bear to separate him from our son, Dominic, who was only 8 years old. Despite his frequent outings, taking advantage of my focus on work, this gave me the perfect opportunity to collect evidence of his infidelity. While he was out, I searched his room and found several unfamiliar receipts. It seemed he had been purchasing women's designer items, but there was no sign of them in his room, and he certainly hadn't given me any. There was only one conclusion. Adam had been showering Delphine with luxury goods, but where was he getting the money for that? He's unemployed and living off my allowance. I give him a monthly allowance, but he likely doesn't have any savings left. Worried, I decided to follow him. During this time, I called my brother over to watch Dominic, without telling him about my husband's affair. I fibbed to my brother, saying, Hey, sorry to bother you out of the blue. It's no problem, but what's up? Why do you suddenly need me to watch Dominic? I just want to go shopping alone, I lied. Shopping? You've never been one to shop in person. Don't you usually shop online? Normally, yes, but today I want to buy something that's only available in store. Can you watch Dominic for me? All right, but don't be gone too long. Dominic gets lonely, he agreed. Thank you, I said, relieved. With my brother's help, I was able to set my plan in motion. I watched my husband walking arm in arm with my best friend Delphine. I knew what was happening, but seeing it with my own eyes was a painful shock. They were cheerfully entering a high-end designer store. Then I witnessed something outrageous. Is that my credit card? My husband was using my secondary credit card to pay the bill. I always kept my main card safely in my wallet, while the secondary card was left unattended in a drawer. My husband took the secondary card without my knowledge and used it to fund gifts for his mistress. Over the past few months, I've been making large purchases for work, such as monitors, keyboards, and even new furniture, causing the balance on the credit card to skyrocket. Both cards were linked to the same bank account, and with my busy schedule, I hadn't reviewed the details closely. This negligence came back to haunt me. Not only was he cheating on me, but he was also using my money freely. Any lingering affection I had for my husband had completely evaporated. Although I was partly to blame for not noticing sooner, I couldn't bring myself to forgive him. I took clear photos of the two of them together and went home, simmering with anger. For the next few days, I focused on plotting my revenge. I repeatedly checked his usual computer when he wasn't around, knowing he sensed his phone and computer, allowing me easy access to his communications with Delphine. Soon, I discovered that the two of them were planning a trip to Okinawa during the upcoming long weekend, a 4-day, 3-night getaway. This was my chance. I planned to execute my revenge during my husband's affair trip, but one obstacle remained: my son. Carrying out my plan without my son discovering his father's infidelity would be challenging. I decided to turn to my brother for help once more. Hey bro, sorry to bother you again, but could you watch Dominic for me during the upcoming long weekend? You mean for all 4 days? He asked, sounding taken aback. I have something important to take care of. His question made me uneasy. Before I could respond, he spoke firmly. Flora, stop trying to handle everything alone. Adam's cheating on you, isn't he? I was taken aback. How did you know? I heard it from Dominic, he said. Dominic? I repeated in surprise. Even though my son was young, he had picked up on his father's infidelity. I don't know if he fully understood what was happening, but he sensed his father growing close to someone other than me, and it was causing me pain. Dominic, in his innocent way, had observed the situation. I thought I was shielding Dominic from this, I murmured. It seems Adam's actions have affected you so deeply that even Dominic could sense it. Are you still considering staying with someone like that? But if I divorce Adam, Dominic will be upset, I started to say. But then Dominic, who had been in the next room, suddenly appeared. Mom, it's okay, I'm on your side. Dominic, are you sure? I asked, moved by his words. I don't need someone who makes Mom sad. As long as I have you, I'm okay, he said resolutely. Thank you, Dominic, and thank you too, bro, I said, grateful for their support. With the help of my son and brother, I made up my mind to take action against my husband without any hesitation. We began moving to a new home on the day my husband was set to leave for his trip with his mistress. My brother helped us, and we discreetly packed our belongings whenever my husband was away. The night before the long weekend, I decided to confront my husband and give him one last chance. He was visibly excited about his trip the next day, and I went straight to the point. Adam, what's with the suitcase? Why are you packing? He replied, Oh, this? I'm going on a trip with a friend starting tomorrow. A trip? Did you mention anything about that? It's a last-minute decision, isn't it? You're using the allowance I give you, I questioned. My husband seemed annoyed and tried to brush off my questions. Don't talk to me about it anymore, Aura. I couldn't care less about his excuses. I lowered my voice as I asked, Are you really going on this trip with a friend? My husband flinched at my tone, his shoulders tensing, but he still attempted to lie. Of course, you've been nagging me a lot. I see, a trip with a friend. Have a good time, I said, my voice dripping with sarcasm. I could be fun regardless of whether he told me to be. Just don't overdo it, I said as I left my husband's room. To be honest, if he had come clean with me then, I was considering settling matters amicably, requesting alimony and child support, despite his infidelity. After all, there was a time when I loved him. When my novels weren't selling well, he supported me and kept me going. I didn't want to harbor hatred or resentment toward him. However, after everything he's done, I can't afford to remain calm. For the sake of my son and my future, I need to end my relationship with him. There's no point in holding back any longer for a man who continually lies. The following morning, my husband had already left for his trip. I opened the drawer and confirmed that he had taken my credit card as usual. I immediately contacted the credit card company, reported the card as lost, and requested an immediate block on its use. My son woke up and I greeted him, "Good morning." He responded with a beaming smile. "Mom, today's the day, right?" "Huh?" I asked. "We're moving to our new home today, right?" he said, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Seeing his enthusiasm erased any lingering anxiety. "That's right, Monique. I've canceled the credit card, and now it's time to move." "Yeah, I'm excited for our new home," he said. Thanks to my brother's help, the move went smoothly. My son and I settled into our new home, while my husband's belongings were sent to a designated location. The next day, we were all relaxing at the new house with my son and brother. I got a call from my husband. "Hello? Flora, is that you? Could you transfer me some money? I've spent more than I planned, and now I need some extra cash." He likely couldn't use the card since I had frozen it, so he was asking me for money without directly mentioning the card. His request disgusted me. "Didn't you say you were going to stick to your allowance?" I asked. "Come on, don't say that. I can't enjoy my trip alone if you do that," he whined. "Alone? Don't you meet with Delphin?" I shot back. My husband seemed taken aback. "What are you talking about? Who's Delphin? What's going on with the card? It's pointless to play dumb. You're all over the place. Your lies aren't working," I snapped. "It's clear you've been cheating on me with my best friend Delphin. Did you really think you wouldn't get caught?" "This is what it looks like. It's not cheating," he tried to justify himself. My anger flared at his attempts to make excuses, oblivious to the presence of my brother and son. I didn't hold back, letting my fury loose on him. I had been holding in my anger for too long. "Stop making excuses. You have a family, yet you chose to have an affair with another woman and misuse someone else's credit card. Do you realize how low you've sunk?" "Flora, let's calm down," my husband tried to say. "Calm down? How can I stay calm when I'm talking to the person I despise most in the world? Let me make this clear. I have no intention of forgiving you or offering any help. You and the woman you cheated with can go straight to hell. Don't you dare show your face in front of me or Dominic ever again." I hung up the phone abruptly, cutting him off. Shortly after, Delphine, the woman he cheated with, called me. "Flora, what are you doing?" she demanded. "Delphine, long time no see. How's your trip with your best friend's husband going?" I retorted. "Shut up. Explain yourself." "What are you talking about?" "Don't play dumb. You sent Adam's belongings to my house, didn't you?" "Yes, during our move, I had shipped my husband's things to Delphine's house, knowing she was the one he had the affair with. Since Delphine was married, her husband was naturally at home. I had done it on purpose, sending all of Adam's belongings to her husband along with a detailed letter explaining the situation. As I shouted at Delphine over the phone, nearly breaking the speaker, I expressed my anger. "Are you serious? My husband found out, and Isn't that expected? You're having an affair even though you're married. My supposed best friend did such a disgraceful thing. You're the worst. I'm incredibly disappointed in you." "Excuse me?" she responded, taken aback. "I think that's my line," I retorted. "You were the one having an affair with my husband. Do you think I'd forgive you for that? Who showed disrespect first?" "Flora, I wasn't serious. It was just a fling. There's no way I'd settle for a jobless loser like him. Whether you were serious or not doesn't matter to me. I'm divorcing him soon. Your affair is a fact, and I won't forgive you. I'll be demanding the maximum compensation from you, so be ready." "Compensation? What? I didn't agree to that. Why should I pay compensation? It's natural. You did something that warrants it." "Wait, I'm a housewife. I can't afford to pay compensation." "I don't care. That's for you to figure out. Maybe you can beg your husband for help, though that doesn't seem likely." "Wait a minute, Flora, please," she started to plead. But I cut her off. "Goodbye." I hung up on her and blocked her contact. I finalized my divorce through a lawyer and demanded compensation from both my ex-husband and Delphine. I claimed child support and the money he had spent on the credit card without my consent. Delphine, saddled with debt from the compensation payments, was served divorce papers by her husband and reportedly kicked out of their home. She tried relying on her family but was turned away. As a result, she's now working night shifts and struggling to make ends meet. My ex-husband attempted to lean on Delphine, but she blamed him for causing her divorce. Their relationship quickly disintegrated, and they went their separate ways. As for my ex-husband, he's now juggling several part-time jobs just to get by day to day. Having been unemployed for so long, finding a stable job won't be easy. If he ever falls behind on compensation or child support payments, I won't hesitate to take action to collect what's owed. Meanwhile, my son and I are thriving in our new home. He's growing up fast, and each day is full of new experiences. I aim to continue showering him with love and shield him from any sadness.